Hello everyone, Myzzrym here bringing you today Na'Vi vs 3D Max in the Starladder Season 5. And of course the reason why I absolutely wanted to cast this match is because Na'Vi have their new roster. Yeah, you heard it here. It is, for those who haven't been following the CIS scene, the fact that Na'Vi, they picked up Funnik, Funnik dropped from Empire, and Na'Vi, they drop Ars-Art, also known as Smile. So this time, not gonna be Southeast Asia Dota. It's not gonna be European. It's not gonna be Asian Dota. It is gonna be our good old Europe Dota, with 3D Max first picking the Wisp with the Nex and Batrider ban, and on the other side, Na'Vi going for the Keeper of the Light as well as Magnus ban, and they pick the Darkseer and the Nyx Assassin as answer to this Wisp. So, of course, we are back in Europe. We see that immediately with the Wisp first pick. This is something Southeast Asian teams don't really do, neither do Chinese team do. Actually, they do not play the Wisp that much, and when they do play the Wisp, it's more like a surprise pick at the 4th or 5th pick. So we're gonna have our good old Wisp Chaos Knight from 3D Max, and on the other side, we'll have, well, Gyrocopter as well picked, which is fairly standard if I understood from the European scene. I haven't been watching a lot of those games, so bear with me with my lack of knowledge for the Europe scene. I've been following the Southeast Asian scene, as you all know, quite a lot, and this over there, it's more like Keeper of Light, PL, a very, very good amount of, you know, a late game, old school split push play. So Medusa, Phantom Lancer, Nex has been seen a lot of plays too, and Wisp Chaos Knight usually totally forgotten, even should I say. Wisp very rarely banned at all. So Darkseer also one of the hot picks in the Southeast Asian scene because they really like, as I said, the late game. So what they do is they put some heroes that can really turtle wall, like the Keeper of Light, like the Darkseer with the Wall of Replica, and well, Europe. Here we are with Chaos Knight and Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter, who could either be played as this big carry with the flat cannon for the cleave damage, of course, or as the, you know, support. Sometimes we see the Gyrocopter roaming around and dealing some good amount of damage. The flat cannon, not the flat cannon, I mean the Rocket Barrage really deal a lot of damage. It's kind of like the Diabolic Edict from the Leshrac. If you are alone against the Gyrocopter and he's close to you, you're gonna take a whole amount of damage. And that's not to forget that we have Rocket Barrage only having 7 seconds of cooldown in the level 1. So even if he misses half of his first Rocket Barrage, you can still follow you around and deal some more damage with the second salve. So Na'Vi really taking their time here. And I must say, right now, since they lost Ars-Art, we have one support that is out of the bag, so that means Funnik, either he will be replacing Ars-Art as support, or we might see some rotation going around and having maybe someone else playing support and Funnik going to his favorite offlane role. But remember, Funnik, he is the guy behind the Wisp plays in Empire. Of course, we shouldn't really say that it's only him, because Wisp always go in pair with someone else, like the Chaos Knight. So Funnik is the Wisp player in the Empire, and although he has been playing the offlaner, you know, that's his main role, whenever there's a Wisp picked, he is the one playing it, and he's absolutely perfect with the Wisp. Empire has 80% win rate with Wisp, so that's the reason why they have this very strong reputation of, if you let Wisp go to Empire, you're gonna lose, you're throwing the game away, and Funnik is a big part of this. A second thing I wanted to say is Funnik, if you guys watch his offlane Clinks, he's absolutely insane. He beats almost everyone one-on-one offlane with this, you know, Clinks. It's mind-boggling. He goes against whatever kind of hero and he still wins. So Clinks is a good offlaner one-on-one, but we see a lot of teams going for this Clinks play and not really making it pay off. So Funnik, he is definitely a very good Clinks player, and maybe since Na'Vi, Na'Vi, the players are very versatile, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Funnik sometimes going for the offlane and Light of Heaven switching to support, or Funnik going support and Light of Heaven staying on the offlane. So we'll have to see in this game what it's gonna be. We have Darkseer, Nyx, and Windrunner already. I doubt that Nyx is gonna go solo mid. That's something that LGD International likes to do with G playing the Nyx. But last time we saw Nyx Assassin play from Navi, it was more of a support role. So Nyx Assassin either going to go in the hand of Puppy or in the hand of well, since we don't know who the next support is gonna be, well, we are gonna have to wait to say that. Darkseer is probably going to be the offlaner here, and Windrunner, that I guess that means the Windrunner is gonna go in the middle lane. That could be, yeah, that could be a Dandy Windrunner. Dandy, I know that he's very, very good with the Windrunner as well. Light of Heaven, though, is one of the very, very good Windrunner player as well. We used to call the Light of Heaven shackles because he gets those really weird shackles that everyone says it shouldn't really happen, and then he throws a shackle and you're like, what? It actually hits? And then the team fight goes Navi's way. So second set of bans, we have the Shadow Demon as well as the Bane and the Luna. On the other hand, we have the Leshrac, the Chen, and the Bounty Hunter. So Bounty Hunter, of course, to avoid that face rush lineup. Chaos Knight Wisp, very good to pick off heroes. Bounty Hunter just goes hand in hand with them because of the, well, track. You can really know where the enemy are. And that means you will also gain more gold by doing what you do best with the Wisp Chaos Knight. That means picking off heroes. And you provide the area of vision with the scouting invisible as well, since you have the the Shadow Walk. So Chen, one of those heroes who can really help Chaos Knight Wisp in punishing the bad positioning. Even going tower dive with the Chen is very easy due to the fact that the creeps can tank the towers. So Wisp Chaos Knight can even tower dive very easily, something that they may not want to do because of the Wisp squish. Well, the Wisp is quite squishy, so has to be careful if they go tower dive. If the Wisp is the one getting focused and the tower actually gets aggro on the Wisp, Wisp may very, very quickly go down, and that means Chaos Knight alone under the tower. That's not very good for Chaos Knight. So Leshrac also going to be banned here to avoid getting the towers getting pushed down early. Wisp Chaos Knight really thrive on map control, so if you have all the towers still up, that means that Wisp Chaos Knight will have a hard time finding the kills, because if they teleport in between the towers, you have Navi potentially being able to ambush them by teleporting to the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower in the same time, and just having Wisp and Chaos Knight picked off in the middle. So Leshrac, Chen, those two heroes will be able to give map control by taking early towers, and Bounty Hunter will be able to provide the vision and to allow this face rush lineup with Wisp Chaos Knight. So Rubik is going to be the pick here for 3D Max, as well as Nature's Prophet. So Nature's Prophet, of course, with the Wisp and Chaos Knight, very, very good pick, because it's just following this the same line of thinking. It's just ganking all around, global TP. Rubik very good all around against heroes like Darkseer, because he can steal the vacuum and the wall of replica. Havas is going to be on the Phantom Lancer, and Puppy on the Lina, and Funnik is going to be on the Nyx. So Phantom Lancer for Navi, and that looks to be a fairly I would say early game Phantom Lancer. That's not to say Phantom Lancer is bad in the late game. It's just that you can build him with the Radiance, Radiance build, a hard build to really go late game. But Phantom Lancer can also be very, very annoying if you give him something like Ring of Aquila, Drums. He can be very efficient in the early game, as well as if you give him like a Soul Ring, he's going to be able to spam those lances and be a huge pain in those early team fights. So let's see, who do we have? Oh, let's switch the layout around. Alright, so that way I'm sure that the minimap is not gonna get blocked by the icons. There's a little problem with the new XSplit version, is that sometimes the hotkeys actually don't work anymore, so I prefer to do that manually. So Navi, Funnik is gonna be on the Nyx Assassin, Light of Heaven is gonna be on the Darkseer, Havas on the Phantom Lancer, Dandy on this middle lane, Windrunner, and Lina is gonna be played by Puppy. On the other side, we have Hyak by 3D Max on the Rubik. We have Ace on the Nature's Prophet, Noya on the Chaos Knight. We have Buller on the Wisp, and the last guy is actually Hedge something. Sorry about that. And he's gonna be playing. Who was it? Yes, the Gyrocopter. So, one thing we have to note is that normally the Chaos Knight Wisp, the Wisp on the trial lane is fairly weak, although the Chaos Knight actually helps him a bit, because the tether, the Reality Rift actually brings your target opponent behind you, so he's gonna be immediately stunned by the tether. But still, Wisp in the early game is very, very weak. He only provides movement speed, and the stun is not very long, as well as the spirits, as in the early stage, it deals a lot of damage, but it's not instant. So when you compare that to an instant nuke coming from Lina, you want to kill the enemy as fast as possible to avoid taking too much damage. And what we might see a dual 2-2-1 setup with the Rubik Gyrocopter going top if the Gyrocopter is heading to be a support. I mean the main carry, and the Chaos Snipe Wisp middle with the Nature's Prophet on the offlane. Or we might see a more traditional trial lane with the Rubik, Wisp, Chaos Knight, and the Gyrocopter going middle. But against Dendy's Windrunner, I'm not really sure this Gyrocopter will be able to do much. Gyrocopter really thrives on being able to get into melee range and get the Rocket Barrage to really deal the damage. And well, Dendy kind of have with the Windrunner the whole setup to avoid that kind of problem, because you have a very good attack animation, 600 range. Windrunner has a lot of damage at level 1 as well in the auto attack, so she won't be hard pressed to last hit deny. Gyrocopter doesn't have that much attack range compared to Windrunner, so she will be able to harass you. You won't be able to harass her. If you go if you go with a flat cannon, she can windrun to avoid that damage. And she also has the power shot to deal a lot of nuke damage as well. Not to mention the shackle shot. If Dendy sees you are coming up aggressively and you're moving towards the creep, he will be able to shackle a creep to get you stunned. So I would be seeing more of a 2-2-1 lineup by 3D Max. And on the other side, we will have pretty much a trial lane with a Darkseer offlane, Light of Heaven on this Darkseer. Windrunner on the middle lane, of course, as I said, and Phantom Lancer, Nyx, Lina. That's a very kill-heavy trial lane because you have a lot of damage coming up for the Phantom Lancer's Spirit Lance. You see, the nuke damage is actually 100 to 250, but not only that, the slow is 3 seconds, and you also have only 7 seconds of cooldown. So as long as you have mana, you can spam this combo pretty much all the time. Lina also with the stun, it's only a 7 second as well. Lina at level 1 deals deceptively low amount of damage. It's only 90 damage for that nuke, and Nyx Assassin as well is only 80 damage. So their level 1 nuke combo doesn't deal a whole lot, but the right clicks coming up afterwards may be able to just finish up whatever is coming their way. So Nature's Prophet, if he's on this offlane, normally he shouldn't be in a lot of trouble because he should be able to just pull the creeps around and pull it to the tower with the Trents, or he can do something like the Chinese do a lot, which is just throw the Nature's Prophet in the jungle, because they know that Nature's Prophet won't be able to achieve anything, so they just throw him in the jungle, and he will get some early levels there, and then he will go back to the bottom lane once the tower is getting pressured, and he is able to take some experience. Nature's Prophet is also a very good hero to do that with, because he has the TP, so he can just go into the jungle, and as soon as he sees the lane is pushing, he can just TP there immediately. He doesn't have to walk all the way back to there, which is something that Darkseer often do. He gets to level 3 or 5 into the jungle and then has to walk all the way back to the tower, and sometimes some players actually get the timing wrong and they get to the tower and the lane is already the creep wave is already dead, so the lane is just pushing back towards that area and he can't go away. So he's like, okay, so I guess I'm just gonna go back to my jungle and just take a lot of time to do that. Now I just realized Nyx, Phantom Lancer Lina could also go aggressive trial lane, because as I said earlier, the Wisp in the trial lane is not very good, and if it's just a 2-2-1 setup, Rubik as well as the Rubik Gyrocopter combo is not going to be that powerful against a trial lane. And Rubik, he's good in a defensive trial lane because he can bring back someone. I mean, he can throw someone away from you, but it's only a single target stun, so I mean disable. You can land the stun on the others, but if they play well, usually they will just run around. So and Gyrocopter doesn't have like a straight on disable. He only has this rocket, which is good offensively if you have all the setup with it. You start off the rocket and then you have the others pulling you in the air and everything and stunning you, and then you have the rocket flying and then hitting the enemy. Not the rocket, the missile, I mean. And if you use it defensively, usually by the time the missile's in the air, you're already dead because you're not very, very survivable as a Gyrocopter, and plus you have a very low range, so to farm is going to be very hard. We'll have to see, it depends on the items that the supports are going to pick up. Phantom Lancer going for the Ring of Protection, so that's going to be very likely a Tranquil Boots early on. Phantom Lancer really love that Tranquil Boots. It's basically enabling you to go around the Vanguard. Nowadays, Vanguard is not picked anymore, just because of this Tranquil Boots that just gives so much. It gives the healing you need, and gives some armor as well, the movement speed. So if you're just here to stand in the lane and farm, the Tranquil Boots are just gonna give you everything you want. So you see Tranquil Boots on the Luna, Tranquil Boots on Phantom Lancer, Tranquil Boots on... who else is actually a carry that takes usually the Tranquil Boost? No, I was gonna say Spectre sometimes when she is picked, but like most of the games where I see Spectre is the games where Spectre doesn't do so well, so she ends up with pretty much nothing. Gonna speed up through this. Alright.
Alright, carry on.
So we are good to go. Oh, wait. She's not in yet. Let's see. Let's speed that up again. And there we are. A little bit of a taunting going left and right. And we're good to go. So we should be good to go at least. Yeah, we are. So let's see what the items are on these heroes. We have Rubik getting Donkey, which is pretty much standard. Gyrocopter going full on Race Band and Iron Branch, so no consumable whatsoever. That's probably going to be like Gyrocopter on the top lane because he knows he has to be very pressured if he goes in the middle lane. And Rubik seems like he's starting with a lot of consumables, so he will be able to just pull the regen to the Gyrocopter. So we see the whole squad of 3D Max going down the river. Has to be careful though, because they don't have the vision of the high ground, and they are gonna rotate around. Did anyone see them? It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Havost is gonna scout around. And he's gonna find everyone. Light of Heaven is gonna be the first one in the focus of the fight. And we see our Gyrocopter already dealing a lot of damage. But so is Chaos Knight taking so much damage, he's gonna go away. The first one to die is gonna be the Nyx Assassin. Gyrocopter is gonna fall second. And now the exchange is still going on, but they are gonna back off. Each side lose one. Funnik, this new guy from... Oh! Hayek is gonna be picked off. Light of Heaven still chasing with very low health, but... Dandy, with that Windrunner level 1, will be able to catch up to this poor Rubik, and the support will die. Windrunner starting with no Talisman, 2 Iron Branch, and also a lot of consumable pool by Puppy. Puppy gives him a healing salve with Tango, and Puppy himself is just back with one chart of one set of Tangos only. Central Wars, Smoke of Deceit, Microphone Issues. Darkseer is gonna go to the top lane. We see that he's already heading out. He uses the salve, and Funnik, that new player for Na'Vi dies, gives the first blood away. You know, throw Funnik back to Empire, take Ars-Art back. But nah, he's gonna be fine in this bottom lane. Observer wards, Tango, Clarity Potions, and we see a Central Wards right there. They want to block this camp, but that's because why would you ever want to block this camp here? It's because you can pull the camp from there to the middle lane and really hurt the Chaos Knight Wisp combo, because Wisp Chaos Knight both really use a lot of experience, and they can't do the same from this camp. So that means they cannot pull to the middle lane, and if there's someone who pulls this camp into the middle lane, not only they will get less experience, but also they will be less useful in the middle game, due to the fact that they don't get this early experience. So again, a lot of pulls going on, and we're gonna go back into the game again. So Dandy in this middle lane start off with a Windrun at level 1, so that's gonna be a very safe Windrunner if she goes, if she gets ganked by the Chaos Knight. I mean, if Wisp Chaos Knight jumps on her, she should be okay. She should be fairly okay. And oh, already a smoke gang coming in. Puppy as well. Funnik looking to get some kills, and they are heading for the middle lane, or are they? We have a observer ward here, but that's not gonna spot anything. And they are looking forward to get this Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight very low on health, but have to be careful. Wisp, they are gonna go on Dandy, and that's actually the worst timing ever, because here comes Puppy, here comes Nyx, and there goes Chaos Knight. He goes down. The stun's actually missed because, well, he's already dead, and that means Wisp is gonna be able to just run away. But Chaos Knight dying already twice, I think. Placid denies, and Chaos Knight, yeah, no, he only died once. Oh yeah, Gyrocopter was the one dying in this early game exchange, as well as the Rubik. So it's gonna be a defensive tri-lane, but not even a tri-lane. I mean, the Phantom Lancer have lost. They know that PL is pretty much safe on this bottom lane, even if the Nature's Prophet was not there, but on the bottom lane. They know that there's no way Phantom Lancer dies to a Prophet, so they are just fine, just moving around, pulling up the creeps here, and, well, actually, I'm not really sure what Funnik was trying to do here. And Lina is just gonna get some experience by pulling up this camp. We see Darkseer dealing a lot of damage to the Rubik. Rubik taking a lot of damage just from the creeps and the right clicks of Darkseer. Darkseer punching that Rubik around and just saying, no, get out of my lane. Gyrocopter getting 2 level in Rocket Barrage, 1 level in Flat Cannon. And Funnik gonna snatch this DD rune. Or just defending it. Nope, he's gonna pick it up. Windrunner in the middle lane has the bottle already. And with that Null Talisman and 2 Iron Branch, she has a lot of damage, right click wise. They want to go against on Dandy, but now let's just use a tether here, but nothing gonna happen. Chaos Knight, I'm not really sure they can kill Dandy anyway. Dandy is almost level 4 now. And Wisp, Chaos Knight only level 2 each, so that's not a lot of disable coming in. In the meantime, Light of Heaven just running around, and Gyrocopter even pulling the Creeper aggro from the central camp. So Light of Heaven getting a good job done at getting the experience. He's level 3, so they are not shutting him down very easily, and that's pretty much normal because when you're 3v1 against a Darkseer, it's already very hard to shut him down and getting away from experience, but when you're only 2, that's almost impossible. That means either your support is pulling and getting experience, again a Smoke Gang coming in the middle lane, waiting up for the Shackle, I guess, or they're just waiting for Chaos Knight to go on the Windrunner. Then he's baiting them, but nothing is coming out, and they're gonna go for the top lane. The smoke is almost running out. They have to be very, very quick here. Rubik is gonna be the target here, and Rubik has to be very careful. It looks like no, Rubik is gonna be able to run away. The stun is not gonna latch, and that's a lot of Heaven getting stunned, and this smoke egg not working out. So as I was saying, the problem of Darkseer is that either your support is pulling and getting experience, or he's trying to zone him out of the lane. And you saw how he actually went, because when Rubik tried to do that at level 1, Darkseer was just going on him, and Funnik might be picked up again. Chaos Knight is following him. The stun is gonna land, 2-second stun as well. Chaos Knight is still chasing. He has no mana for Reality Rift, and here comes a stun. Missed though. Funnik still on the run. Chaos Knight is way faster than he is, but here is another stun. Stunning on 3. Stunning on 3, but not gonna be enough. This level 1 stun. Where did the Dark Courier die? That's actually quite a big mistake, because there's gonna be a lot of time without the Courier. It's 3 minutes, and I guess Chaos Knight had the bottle or something on it, because he has no gold. He has absolutely no gold, so I guess, yeah, he had an item on the Courier. That's a big blunder. The Nature's Prophet has the Glove of Haste, has the Ring of Basilius as well to jungle some more. Rubik's only level 2. And we see the creep kills going the way of have lost 35 creep kills at not even 5 minutes, and Gyrocopter, he's at 21. You see that all this movement and the fact that the Darkseer is shoving the lane towards the tower makes him very, very hard pressed to take those assets. Dandy in the meantime, 22 creep kills, 12 denies, and Chaos Knight only with 9 creep kills. He's gonna get shackled, he's gonna get a power shot, he may go down here. He is gonna go down. Dandy getting a solo kill on that Chaos Knight. Very nice play. And should I say very, very poor play by the Chaos Knight, allowing himself to get shackled. Dandy really playing well. And Dandy's dancing between those spirits. He's taking 2, but he also lends some right clicks on this Wisp. Now we see TP coming out, and it's gonna be Chaos Knight coming back. Level 4, and still no items whatsoever. He is gonna go on Dandy. Dandy is gonna pop the Windrunner, and now he's gonna look for that Wisp. Wisp is low on health, and Dandy's gonna pick that kill again. Dandy up to 4 kills and 0. And that tower dive, really, really too aggressive here. Puppy making sure that Dandy punishes the enemy by being there, using 1 nuke, and that's way enough for them to be able to pick off that poor Wisp. And Puppy also, now he has counter-warded this area. He is gonna pull the creeps. And he's also gonna get them. Yep, the pull is gonna be complete success. And he also stacked them before, so that means the creeps are very unlikely to go back into the middle lane because they will all die to this camp. For the glory of the Radiant. Lina with the boots. Dandy with the boots as well, and 1.1k gold, so that I guess that may be either phase boots or a very fast mechanism if that's what he wants. Funnik is getting the levels on the bottom lane, he's level 3. And you see that the advantage of the Radiant with this kind of pull is that you have both the Lina getting the experience and the Nyx Assassin getting the experience. So usually you have to sacrifice one of them. You have one in the, getting the oh, then he popping up the invis. He wants to get the kill on the Chaos Knight, and there comes the first stun. Chaos Knight is just getting shoved away. Puppy harassing that Chaos Knight a bit. Chaos Knight, no, yeah, have to be careful. He may have understood that, yeah, then he is gonna reveal himself. Gonna get those 2 creep kills. Dark Courier actually responds, and what was on the Courier? It was the bottle for Noya. Havast, farming and farming and farming. He's at 56 creep kills, 7 minutes 20 in. So for anyone who was saying Havast is the weak link in Na'Vi, well, obviously you can see that he is still farming very well for a hard carry when he's alone on the bottom lane. So at least his last hitting ability is not put in question here. Light of Heaven, soaring up. He's up to level 5 already. Garkup is up to level 7. Decided to max a Rocket Barrage. Rubik, level 4. And the Prophet's level 6 as well. He didn't put... Well, if he wants the Midas, he may very well buy it now. The sooner you have it, the better it is. Wef is gonna find a regen rune. And he's gonna pick it up.
Dive's bottom tower's getting the business.
Havast, 3.9k gold. It's 8 minutes in. He already has a sacred relic if that's what he wants, and he is gonna buy it. So 8 minute relic. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Shackle's gonna latch again. No, yeah, the power shot's not gonna land, but here comes a follow up. Light of Heaven putting up the Iron Shell, and Dandy is just gonna follow that Chaos Knight around. And boom, there goes the poor Chaos Knight, and now Dandy, he wants to go on the Wisp, he will get the Wisp. Tower Shot is gonna be the end of that Wisp. And this One Runner Shackle Shot, just on point. Light of Heaven also giving the added damage with the Iron Shell. And we have the, yeah, I mean, with the Observer Ward, they should have known that the Darkseer was here. Not really sure what was happening, why Noya...
Guess what's happening to Dire?
Why Noya got picked up here?
Can't do
Havast
Dire structures right now.
pushing down that bottom tower. Nature's Prophet coming in, but Nature's Prophet, that is a big mistake. He's gonna go down here. There is no nothing he can really do here. The stuns, the mana burn, the Phantom Lancer with the Sacred Relic just pounding on his face. 150 damage per hit. That's gonna be a very fast Radiance, and the sooner you have Radiance, that's pretty much like the the Hand of Midas. The sooner you have Midas, the sooner you have Radiance, and the more effective it's gonna be. Because right now, just take a look at the enemy side. Rubik has 600 HP. We have Gyrocopter almost to 1k, so he's okay. Wisp also 600 HP. Chaos Knight 900 HP, and Nature's Prophet 700 HP. That means the Radiance, the burn is just gonna tear through this enemy lineup. And if you have the Radiance later on, it's gonna be less effective because the Rubik will get those drums, those some bracers or something, and he will be a bit more tanky. He will be able to stand there on Dandy with the Shackle Shot. Oh, very very nice play, just waiting to the last moment to make sure that Gyrocopter gets picked up, but they don't want to stop here. Here comes the ultimate from Gyrocopter. Dandy's just dancing around, and ooh, he's taking a lot of damage. Has to be careful though. The one run is off, and now Dandy is on the run. Nature's Prophet's gonna miss that. And then he's still dancing, but nope, he's gonna go down. Rubik's picking that kill with the Fade Bolt, and the Mega Kill goes away of this Rubik. Nice, very nice telekinesis as well, saving that poor Gyrocopter from the Lina. Lina got stunned by the landing stun of the telekinesis, and saving that Gyrocopter for that. Phantom Lancer, it's a 10-minute Radiance. 10-minute raw Radiance rush. That's one of the earliest Radiance I ever seen right now for the last season. Chaos Knight This guy, he has boots and bottle that he gave to the Wisp. That's so hard for him. He has 28 creep kills, 3 deaths already, 1 assist. The wards are here, but they just can't do anything with it. Normally you have a ward there to... Oh, the boss coming in. Nothing is gonna happen. Oh, the boss gonna get picked. And here comes the shackle. Is that gonna latch on anyone? Then he's still waiting up. Havas goes invisible. Here comes the dust. Havas goes down. And then he can't really do much. 1v5. The shackle's not gonna latch. No, Ya's taking a lot of damage. And here comes Nyx. He is invisible. He's gonna go on the Rubik. Rubik's level 7. Rubik is almost dead. Rubik goes down. Light of Heaven gets picked off though. Light of Heaven is gonna fall. Then he's still here. Puppy as well. The ultimate's gonna fly around. A lot of damage coming both way. Gyrocopter's gonna get stunned. Funnik tries to get one more stun. The blink onto the high ground. Shackle onto 2. Very good shackle. The Wisp is stunned. And now we see Gyrocopter going onto Nyx. Nyx goes down. Lina as well got killed by this is what? Yeah, that was the Gyrocopter as well. Then he's taking a lot of damage from the Gyro. He's gonna be forced to just run away, but he's coming back and he wants a piece of Wisp. Wisp's gonna get not shackled, and the power shot gonna fly. It's gonna land, and now Gyrocopter is gonna fall as well to this burning radiance. So a lot of kills traded in the middle lane. In the end, 12 for 7. Experience graph going the way of Na'Vi, but just going down now, and the gold graph as well. I'm not sure if it's because it's not updated yet. It may be the reason. Yeah, it's going top and down because of the kills that they got, and then going up again due to the fact that Wisp and Gyrocopter got picked up. Dendi gonna blink away from that. Not gonna get picked up. And that Windrunner has nothing but Blink Dagger. The other items are all very basic items. Boots of Speed, Magic Wand, No Talisman. No stats whatsoever except for the No Talisman. And you can see that even with only the Blink Dagger, Dendi's able to just do magnificent plays. He doesn't need the damage items, he just can't kill with that. Sheer skill of the hero. And now he's gonna look to the warriors to top lane. They may want to kill this Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's still pretty tanky though, 1.2k health. He's the most tanky of the team right now. Then he's coming in, the shackle's not gonna latch. And the missile's gonna be dropped on the ground, but it's gonna get picked up. In the middle lane, we see Chaos Knight. It's level 7. Wisp is level 7 as well. He needs to use this relocate, but where? Gyrocopter's getting sandwiched, and he is gonna die almost immediately. The shackle shot even landing to make sure that he doesn't go anywhere. Light of Heaven picked in the air, but Light of Heaven, he has his entire team here, whereas Rubik is kind of alone there. And Rubik is in a lot of trouble right now because he may get dived upon. He's gonna search himself away. Then he's coming in with the blink, with the shackle. The shackle's gonna latch perfectly to the tree. Here comes the relocate, but it's gonna be Wisp alone. Wisp is gonna stop his tether because he knows that there's nothing he could have done with the Chaos Knight. It would have been the death trap, so he goes alone and he sacrificed himself after making this bad call. They're gonna be able to take down the tower as well. And in the meantime, Havost pushing. He has the Tranquil Boots, 1.3k gold. The tower top lane is gonna fall in the end. It's gonna be Funnik taking that down. Funnik level 9. He has the Arcane Boots as well, so that's pretty much all the items he needs. Darkseer going for the Tranquil Boots, also for the regen. He has 1.9k gold. That means a mechanism if he wants that. Boots of Travel is gonna get picked up on the Dendi. He's gonna really want this mobility to be able to just TP all around and get those kills, get those gank rolling in. And that's also another item that doesn't give him many stats, but he just doesn't mind. The shackle and the team play coming from Na'Vi is just so much on the top that they don't really need the damage right now. They just have the damage coming up from just chaining the skills perfectly. Havost is also their ticket for the late game in case anything goes wrong. Funnik's gonna TP on the bottom lane, going invisible immediately. And Nature's Prophet went for the Shadow Blade. Do they have any dust? They have a sentry, so Nyx Assassin. Oh, yum. Nature's Prophet level 8. Level 11, but only 800 HP. Tasty looking. And he is gonna get stunned, he's gonna get mana burn, the sentry's gonna get dropped, and boom! Laguna Blade. We're gonna make sure that doesn't finish. Oh. Nyx Assassin's gonna get caught here, but here comes the vacuum, here comes the stun, here comes the second stun, and here comes the power trap to finish them all. And that's just the... Whoa, whoa. Nyx Assassin's gonna eat up the bottle charges and Season Energy just fine.
Something about that bottom tower.
That music sheet is just going perfectly well for Navi. They're not missing a single beat. Everything goes their way. 18 for 7, and that looks to be a fairly quick cave. I was saying, you know, Havost on this Phantom Lancer could go for early game build, but at that point, the Radiance is even going to be considered as an early game build because he has it so early that now he has 2.7k goals. He can do whatever he wants.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
And the mid tower is getting pushed. Top tower is going to get traded. I'm not really even sure that they will be able to take that down. Phantom Lancer with this illusion. Not going to do a whole lot. TP coming in. This is Dandy. Dandy has the Blink Dagger. He may be wanting to pick off the Rubik. Oh, they see the Rubik. Run, Rubik! Run! Run! Ultimate's gonna be thrown in the air. Not gonna land on anyone. Oh yeah, Havas is gonna get stunned here. Not stunned, but gonna take a bit of damage. And in the mid lane, what's happening? We see towers going down, but as well Funnik is gonna miss that stun because he gets a stun. Puppy is gonna get stunned here. Funnik with the Spike Carapace wanting to stun someone, but he is not gonna achieve anything. Here comes Gyrocopter going on Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven taking a lot of damage. He's gonna get sprouted and he goes down. 2 kills goes the way of the Dire side, but here comes Navi, Dandy, and Dandy is on the chase. Havas is here as well. Here comes the power sniping off the poor Rubik, and now he's chasing. Nope, he's gonna be a bit more careful now. So we see Havas going for the Necronomicon because why not? After all, they just want to finish that game. They have the Necronomicon units, intelligence for more spam coming from the Spirit Lance, strength for a bit more tankability, and the Necron units because, well, why the hell not? You know, for the damage.
Mid tower's having technical difficulties.
So Funnik now has the Urn of Shadow as well. Puppy is the position 5 in this game. Usually we see Puppy in the position 4, and we see Ars-Art playing the position 5. So this means Puppy will be playing with a lot less items than usual. Darkseer has the mechanism as well. Dandy going for the Mystic Stab. That's going to be a Sheepstick. Or I guess it's going to be a Sheepstick. That could also be a Shiva, but not really sure when Runner is going to go for the Shiva. And with the double damage rune, they may be able to just pick up this Chaos Knight. Shackle! Nope, not gonna try it. Oh! Blink into the Shackle, into the stun, into Funnik, not even able to use the ultimate. Go! Stolen by the Rubik, this Laguna Blade, and just burning that Lina away. And then he's just on the high ground dealing the damage. The Shackle is gonna latch, and they are on the full run. Funnik is gonna fall though, and now Dandy is trying to get away, but Dandy has no. Dandy's gonna just come back because here comes Havas burning the enemy to death. Rubik is still here, but the Wisp fall, and Rubik's gonna die as well. The poor Nature's Prophet doesn't survive the fight, and that's gonna be 2 for 5. Team wipe going the way of Navi. Havas, when he comes in, the fun is over. And that tower is gonna go down very, very quickly. Then the 14 for 1 for 8. This game is a piece of cake for him. He might even try to go onto the Chaos Knight. You know something wrong when the Chaos Knight is actually fearing the Windrunner and not the other way around. Top lane, we see Puppy getting jumped on by this Chaos Knight and Wisp. But it's very unlikely they will be able to pick that up because here comes a Wisp. Relocate, and they're off. They're good. They're gonna be okay. Light of Heaven still farming up. 1k gold. Is there anything in the courier? It doesn't look like it. And we have already Necro 3 picked up on the Phantom Lancer. So that's a Phantom Lancer. 20 minutes in, Radiance, Necro 3, and also 2k gold. Then the glazing closer and closer to that Sheepstick. Missile is gonna be dropped on the ground, and then he's just gonna go on the missile. Gonna blink away. Gonna try to bring it down, and he's gonna be able to. Dancing around with the missile. That's gonna be top lane. The last outer tower remaining may very well go down in the coming seconds. 3D Max is not looking to defend that. Gyrocopter, Ringo Kula, Ogre Club. He is definitely looking for that BKB. He has a lot of HP, but you see that it's just not enough. Right now they just have too much damage on the Radiant side. Nature's Prophet is trying to push, but in the meantime they're trading towers for towers, and they're trading tier 1 for tier 2. Even maybe tier 3. They will be forced to TP back. The Gyrocopter's missile's ultimate is going to try to delay that push. Here comes the flag cannon. They are able to pick up this tier 1 tower. With CK still pushing on the bottom lane. What's the courier with? The courier is going to bring the power trip to the Chaos Knight. And here comes the lens. Dealing some damage to the Nature's Prophet. Power shot as well. So Nature's Prophet already down to half HP. Missile's going to throw on the Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven is running away from the missile. No one's gonna help him because, you know, fuck Darkseer. We don't like him. And the tier 2 tower in the meantime getting pressured. TP coming up. And Wisp CK just gonna head out. It's gonna be Havast pushing down this bottom lane and just getting the farm. What's his next item going to be? Yeah, there's gonna be a Diffusal Blade. Dandy still waiting there. And on the bottom lane, Havast might be picked up here. But he is using... Oh, cheeky little bastard right now. He's using himself as the hero who's gonna go into the jungle. Usually you see the Phantom Lancer doing that with the illusion, just staying on the lane and sending one illusion to farm out the jungle. But this time it's only illusions. On the is there gonna be a refresh? No, it's not gonna be any. So now PL in the middle lane. Then very close to that cheap stick. Darkseer is going to go for the Aghanim Scepter now. We see Point Booster, Ogre Club. 1.2k gold away from that. Lina, the Drum of Endurance picked up, so she's a bit more tanky than before. Funnik, 2.2k gold. He has the Blink Dagger if he wants it. That's what the Nyx usually go for nowadays. To get those 4-man Impale. Remember that 4-man Impale is pretty much like a 4-man Burst Strike. It's 2.77 second of stun. That's a lot actually. It's almost like a level 2 or 3. Oh, we'll have to wait a second. Puppy's gonna get pulled up into the air, but Puppy is still alive. Puppy used the Laguna Blade already. Gyrocopter is still alive, and now Light of Heaven is trying to run away. We see that Havas in the meantime is just cleaning up the mess, coming from behind. Dandy is also chasing. Rubik is gonna die, and in the meantime, Ace is still in the middle of the fight. So is Chaos Knight. So is Wisp. They are picked up in sandwich right now. Havas is just gonna go heyday onto the Chaos Knight. He is gonna get stunned. He has a Vitality booster in the meantime, but Dandy goes down, and now Havas falls as well. Light of Heaven will be the next target, and this is gonna be team wide for Na'Vi. Buyback coming from 3D Max. Buyback Zadus. We see that Gyrocopter bought back, and Rubik as well. So they just stayed a bit too long there. And let's see, kill death assist 14-2, 8-2, 5-6, 5-6. The two unsung support right now are Puppy and Funnik at 2-5-12, 2-5-11. But that's not what you want to see on your carry heroes. 2-5-11 and 1-8-7. Those are the heroes who are supposed to get the kills. Chaos Knight is heading up towards his BKB. And they are gonna go on Roshan. They really want that Roshan to get back into the game, but Smoke Gank. It's only Nina and the Nyx though. It's not gonna be enough, I think. They may be able to pick up one, maybe, at the most. Hiyaki is gonna take a stun in the face, but they're just gonna leave Roshan be. Here comes the second stun. But Puppy's gonna die for that. Funnik though is gonna pick up Rubik and gonna try to run away. Dandy's here, Shackle is here. Shackle's not gonna land on anyone, but now they are going onto the Gyrocopter. The ultimate coming from Dandy. He's gonna bring that Gyro down, and Buller is trying to run away, but Buller, there is no way you're escaping from that one. Power shot to seal the deal. Darcy's on chase. He's using the surge. Dandy is gonna blink and he's gonna sheep. Here comes the stun from Funnik. And we see Gyrocopter going down now. So that Lina sacrificing for the greater good. And what seemed to be a good move, going Roshan, in the end, just didn't work out for them because Dandy with the Boots of Travel is able to get here very quickly. Light of Heaven has, well, it's a Darkseer, so he has the Surge, and Phantom Lancer was on the way already. That looks to be Rax. There is no Gyrocopter. In 4 versus 4, I'm not sure they are able to do anything. Melee Rex is going to go down. The Prophet's Ultimate bouncing around, trying to delay that as much as possible.
Dyer's mid-rags ain't around no more. Dyer's mid-rags ain't doing so. Dyer's mid-rags.
They are going to go to the top lane as well. The Illusion's going to tank that up. And the Necro Warriors giving more auras lost. Taking some damage, doesn't really mind. Shackle is not gonna lash, Havas is gonna get picked, but here comes a stun, here comes a big vacuum, whoa! Everyone's just melting down. Oh my god, this is brutal, this is GG, this is GG. 3D Max, throw the GG, and Navi, that with that new player Funnik, it's just tearing through 3D Max. Good luck with the new roster. For those who are still here, there's also the rumor of having another announcement tomorrow, or should I say today, for European people. I don't really know. So apparently, maybe the roster changes are not over yet. We'll have to see. Maybe it's just Navi's manager trolling around. So this was Dota Talk Myzzrym. If you liked the cast, don't forget subscribe, and you know pretty much you know the gist. And well, I'll see you guys later with some more cast about, I don't know what tournament, whatever really feels good. So Southeast Asia, of course, this is going to be the main tournaments I'm going to cover, but also from time to time European and also, oh, again a very good Shackle, and also US scene. That's just chain disable. There's nothing they can do. And we're gonna see that poor Gyrocopter going down. So this is it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys another time. Bye bye.